Valley Sports brings you Clay Center Tiger football. Hi everyone, I'm Ryan Downey with KCOY Radio and joined by Double Eights, we call him Brandon Jensen of the Clay Center Tigers. Brandon, thanks for talking with us. Congratulations on a win streak and as you guys sitting in position to win a district championship. Let's talk about, first off, playing defensive end for the Clay Center Tigers this year and some of the fun maybe you've had getting into the backfield, because we've seen you there quite a bit this year. Is it a good time when you turn that corner and find an opposing player waiting for you?
Yeah, it's pretty fun, just like sometimes getting blocked, not quite getting there, but once you get free and you get there, it's pretty exciting to get in there and hit somebody, just let loose on people.
You know, sometimes folks who watch the football game, they don't understand how many times you're close to getting tackled and how many times you get a couple of teams are taken out and the play goes away from you and you go just as hard every play. And finally, when one gets there, it looks like you want to take advantage and make sure and complete that play that time.
Yeah, if it comes to me, I'm looking to make the tackle every time, stop them, make sure they don't go anywhere. But if it goes away, I still try my hardest to get there and make the tackle.
We talk a lot on the broadcast. I know coaches even mentioned before the motor that you have on the football field, bringing energy to that defensive side, and you see that getting to the backfield. Now, you don't typically hear kickers talked about in the same vein of having a great motor and being athletic, but you turned into a very good kicker for the Tigers this year. I thought last Friday night, the best game you've had to date. I'm guessing Coach J.D. Lanes worked quite a bit with you, and he was quite a kicker his day, you know?
Yeah, he's worked quite a bit with me, and I've just been practicing a lot to make sure I can make enough points and get us in the game, keep us there.
It's always important to get those extra points and field goals. He did have one last week that was taken away because they ran into him. We got 7 out of it. That's a whole lot better deal. Anyway, I want to talk a little bit about some of taking care of the leg of the kicker. And for you, it's been a unique year. A bit of an injury that's kind of odd, and you've got to keep some heat on the sidelines for you, right?
Yeah, just for some reason my thigh gets tight when I try to kick, and like I try and stretch and everything, but it just stays tight, and I just try to work it enough to be able to kick.
We'll keep moving through. You guys get a chance to play for a district championship at home Thursday evening against Rock Creek. What do you know about the Mustangs? What are you looking for them to try to do to you guys?
Looking for them to just run it up the middle, just give us like some pounding game and just try and run it right at us. Try and get some big plays out of that. They run a pretty tight offense.
I think the defensive end is going to be important in making sure that doesn't happen, right?
I hope so.
Yeah, we hope so too. Brandon, have a great game. Okay?
Thank you.
Back with Twin Valley Sports and Clay Center Tiger football, joined now by the head coach of the Clay Center Tigers, Todd Rice. And Coach, you guys come off of another win. Kind of fun to week after week after week talk about wins right now for you guys.
Well, it is. I mean, our guys are really playing hard and getting a lot of confidence and playing hard together. So it does make it a lot more enjoyable.
You know, we talked early on about this district being really anybody's to go win, and it seems to be proven each and every week. You guys have taken care of business, getting to 2-0, but you beat Wamego, they beat Royal Valley. It's kind of a wild circus right now between these teams, and right now you're in position to do what you've been talking about.
Right, and just, we haven't got in and talked a lot about scenarios and different things. We've just been talking about taking care of our business and what we need to do, and there's still a lot of things can happen, and everybody's still mathematically alive to some degree, so that's what makes it fun now.
Royal Valley came out. I know you had the one early turnover that cost you a drive deep in their territory, but they came out and played really, really hard. And not that you're surprised by that, but after a 40-30 game against Rock Creek, to see such a low-scoring game may be a bit of a surprise. You guys found a way, though, to tie it before halftime, and then once again, third and fourth quarters, you took control.
Yeah, and it's kind of a weird game with, I think we had 3 possessions in the first half, and they had 3. Our scoring drive, I think we were at 19 or 20 plays.
Right.
And so the clock just never stopped, and we unfortunately had 2 red zone turnovers on those drives, and kind of kept us from extending some things. But I think it comes back again, hopefully the things we're talking about, conditioning level, strength level, toughness, and those things paying off in the second half for us.
Every year we try to talk about the offensive line a little bit more because they don't always get the notoriety, and it seems like your crew has got some chemistry, maybe some timing and some reads that have grown throughout the year, and we try to name them each year. And I finally Friday night said they're the pancake crew because they're starting to get some of those pancake blocks we needed, right?
Andrew Most probably had the most exciting block of the year for us up front on our inside zebra play. Just drove the guy across the formation and just pounded him in the ground, and it's pretty exciting to see that. And I thought those 5 really almost dominated the game for us up front, and the way they set their defense with everything extremely wide, challenged us to run up the middle. The O-line did a great job. Zach Anderson coming back in after he hadn't been back there for a few weeks, came back and had over 20 carries, over 100 yards, his first touchdown on the season. So it was a challenge, and some guys responded real well.
Again, you finish the football game and you get out of there with the win. You're 2-0. Now Rock Creek comes calling, and we were talking before getting on tape that this team, I mean, they tighten it up. I said you could put the whole offense on a bus. You said they might practice in an elevator. I mean, it is a tight formation, and it is very difficult to find the running back a lot of times as a defense.
It is, and there's times where the running back almost tiptoes up behind the lineman, and he just stays on his feet, and all of a sudden pops out of there. So it really gives you a lot of trouble with the timing of the play and how things hit and what you're doing.
In the loss to Wamego last week for Rock Creek, they don't like to pass the football, and they didn't pass it much in that game. They had 2 passing touchdowns against Wamego, so it was kind of an odd game. They had to go to some things, but they primarily want to line it up, and they want to run 10 guys at you, and 1 guy will have the football.
Right, and I think last week they had 55 or so rushes and 4 passes, so they kind of use that passing game, they lull you to sleep, and usually it is a big play when they go to it, and they'll go to it in the red zone a lot too.
We have a Thursday night ball game, so it's an early week to prepare for the postseason. It's nice to have that in mind for you guys, and I know you're thinking district championship and only that. We've also got a rainy forecast coming in, and as we tape this, the thoughts are that it could be a pretty sloppy field. You guys talk about that, think about that, or you just wait and see what happens?
I'll talk about it a little bit tonight in practice. We'll go wet ball all night with, put the ball in a bucket and pull it out, and, give our kids confidence that we can play in it. And, we've had to practice in that several nights this year. It's not really the weather you'd like to have against a team like that because, like I said, they scrunch it in, and we're a spread team. So, it's definitely not something that's going to necessarily help us. But, we work on it. But hopefully it doesn't become anything where it's a distraction or an excuse. It's just part of the game, part of the elements. And, you make the best of it. And, like I said, I think we practiced in it enough that hopefully our kids feel comfortable. And, it may limit some things you'd like to do, but hopefully we'll still execute.
In horse racing, they call it being a mutter. Last year against Royal Valley, I'm guessing Luke Schlegel may have reminded you of this, knowing there's rain in the forecast. He went crazy, Coach, against Royal Valley last year. I mean, like 2 or 3 70-plus yard runs back to back to back.
Right.
He may be the fastest guy in mud. He's a heck of a lot faster in mud than he is on a dry field, I think.
I think Luke keeps the same speed, and everybody else is slipping. So I don't know if he gets faster, but everybody else slows down. But, and that's a good sign, a good experience for him. And, as a fan or somebody to watch the game, it's not a lot of fun. But sometimes players really like getting in there, mixing it up. And, hopefully we have a lot of fun with it, too.
It's a real good role right now. Would love to be back at home at least one more time. That's waiting for you guys Tuesday with a win on Thursday night. Good luck.
All right, thanks a lot.
Twin Valley Sports with Clay Center Tiger Football.